Back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Carson McKenzie of Byron Center Hockey. How's it going?
Good, good. Just getting things in motion and ready to talk to you about some hockey.
Yeah, so obviously, we'll get to yesterday in a minute, but overall, how was this just being a part of this season and you know being a part of all this? What was that like for you to just live in the moment and play for one of the top teams in the state?
I think what it really comes down to is like our core group of guys. If you look at all the high level hockey teams, NHL, NCAA, Division One, like you have to have a good core group, and I think that's what led us this far, and is why we saw success having great coaches and then a great group of captains, and even guys who didn't have a letter that knew they still had the ability to be a leader and stepped up in different ways and filled those roles is what I'm really proud of. And is what I think led us to most of our success this year. Is just having a really good group of guys who love playing the game and love coming to the rink every day.
So, have you kind of, so I figured I should ask the obvious question. Have you kind of recovered from yesterday?
Yeah, yeah. A big routine guy. Like I told you earlier, I had to get up this morning, get a quick stretch in. Eat a good breakfast. Just really try to not keep my mind off things, but kind of just you know en- enjoy the moment a little bit. Let's not make sure I'm down on myself too much, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, Not dwelling on the past because, I just want to enjoy it and be happy I was able to experience it.
So let's talk about just like, you know, coming off one of the best seasons that this program has ever seen, and you don't even go to Byron Center. You go to Wayland Union.
Yeah.
So kind of talk about just how you know this kind of came all together. It's like, it's not a co-op, but I mean there's like five guys that go from two other schools, but obviously they play a big role just like yourself. But
Yeah.
overall, just to kind of explain how that works.
So it's a crazy story, actually. Going all the way back to my sixth grade year. I think, yeah, sixth grade was when Byron Center was like first announcing they had a team. And Wayland was with a high school team already. It just wasn't it was like a co-op team that nobody's really heard of. The Unity Knights, I'll throw their name out there. Shout out Unity Knights, no longer a team anymore, but that was Wayland's co-op before Byron Center. And sixth, seventh grade, I'm talking to my coaches at the time, thinking about what I'm gonna do once I hit high school, and hearing that Byron Center had made a team was just ecstatic to me because I had friends who had went to Byron Center, and now we had begun talking about it. And freshman year is kind of a dream come true, making the team. I was a backup to a great senior that year, Levi Saw, and he taught me a lot, and I learned a lot from my freshman year. And I think that's what led me to, get the ball rolling sophomore year and kind of carry that out. Um, but the relationships like that I've made from Byron Center and like just some of the guys on the team that it's weird you don't see them in the halls every day at school, but you still see them every day. And that's less of a, oh, we're like classmates, we're brothers. Like it kind of makes that aspect because like you see everybody in school and you see all your friends in school, but when you get to really spend time with people outside of school, that's when you really get to know them. And the rink was that place for lots of us.
Yeah. How do you handle like tough moments, like especially yesterday? Because the thing is, it's like I've heard it from so many people, and of course, obviously, Coach said it yesterday. Obviously, it's the thing is to set you up for maybe something, later on in life, that maybe the lessons that you learned playing the game will set you up for bigger things down the road when in your career, wherever that may be.
Yeah, so the most obvious right now is just like how am I going to use this to make me a better hockey player? Because right now I'm focusing on my junior career, hopefully, trying to find teams to get out and play some junior before college. And I'm just trying to take every little inch and bits and pieces of this experience that can make me a better person, better hockey player on and off the ice. And yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing with that.
Yeah. So kind of describe like, what's it like to just, to go through the season and, talk about just what the game kind of means to you a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like going into this year, we kind of knew we had something special. 12 seniors is obviously just a gift granted in itself. And um, we really wanted to make sure everyone was bought in and the family aspect was there, as Steg said in the interview yesterday. And he's the guy who was conducting the train, if you want to call it, of this family and like bringing us together. And one of my favorite lines from the beginning of the year was like, boys, just be vulnerable. Says Stakes, like be vulnerable because you talk to hockey players, you see guys, they're hard, they're nails, and some of them don't show emotion as much. But Stakes bringing that emotion into our locker room and kind of help bonded us is what started it all at November 1st, October 31st after tryouts. And first couple of weeks we were really feeling ourselves. We were really learning what roles different players played on the team. And I think that's what helped us. And guys understood their roles exceptionally, and they carried those all roles out through the year. And then I think our biggest turning point of the year was Traverse City, that showcase up in Traverse City. We had Marquette and I forgot who we played the second game, but Marquette was the big game that weekend, and we were able to come out with a W. And I think that's when we realized, like, all right, let's really start buying in. And once as the record just progressed, we were seeing guys, teammates reaching records, breaking records. And I know we've only been a team for 7 years, but to see some guys you played with from freshman year set records and just put their name up in the Byron Center's history is awesome. And we kind of just carried that momentum. Took a loss to Heartland and Trenton. Um, Not much to say there. Heartland's a great hockey team. Rick Gatto was a great coach, and they outplayed us. We were a little tired the night before from Stevenson, but that loss was probably something that needed to happen, and it's probably something that taught us a bigger lesson. And then that's kind of what boosted us in the postseason with a little momentum and a little chip on our shoulder.
Yeah. So how do you talk to me about how do you mentally get ready for a game?
Oh, I'm a nut. I will be the first one to admit. Goalies pre-game. I don't know the other goalies out there listening to this. We all got our routine, and I've had mine since about sixth, seventh grade, where it's just same thing. I got to show up to the rink. I got to eat the same breakfast, and I do the same. I've done the same stretching routine. I listen to the same playlist. I got my racket balls. I do the same thing. It's just a routine that really helps me get my mind focused. And without that routine, I don't know if I'd be the goalie I am today or be able to play like in games I am. And that's just me. I know other guys out there love to either like not goof around, but kind of be a little loose before a game because the butterflies are there, but these guys are that's their way of kind of chewing them off. And my way is just making sure I'm prepared as possible to be ready for the game.
Yeah. So so talk to me about just what overall, I know I asked you this before, but what does overall the sport mean to you personally?
It's my life. Like I have cousins, I have family members, uncles who have played hockey, and you hear the term I could skate before I could walk, but that was me. I just have grown up loving the game and creating relationships with some guys that I played with even this year back when I was 4 years old. Like it's just something that nothing else will ever give you. And well, besides other sports, but um hockey is just the community. You hear great things about the community and how others do good for other hockey members in the community. And that's probably what sticks out to me the most. is just having people who are on the east side of the state reach out to you, or up north reach out to you, just talking about how you're doing, friends you've made from different teams, coaches who just love the game. And you hear this a lot in the hockey community, and you hear um, the game has done so much for me. It's my time to give back to the game, is what a lot of coaches will say. And that's true in so many ways, because what the game gives to you, the experiences you make, like that just grows your love for the game more. And that's what it's done for me here. And I'll probably won't stop playing hockey until I can't skate anymore.
Yeah. What are you going to miss about high school hockey?
Oh, the community for sure. I shout out Byron Center's community, all you loyal fans. We got we got two or three squirt and pee wee teams who would show up to every game and just cause a ruckus in the stands. And that's something I'll never forget. And the fans too. We had just some great classmates of ours, and that would come out every home game, traveled well too. And I think that's the some of the little things I'll miss. But the big things is just like I said earlier, showing up to the rink every day and stepping on that ice, and it's go time. And that's something I'll never forget.
Okay, so what's next?
Like talked about earlier, juniors is probably my goal right now. I've talked to a few teams in a few different leagues, but um, as far as recruiting goes nowadays, you really gotta find the right people and talk to the right people. And luckily enough for me, I've had some great coaches reach out to me from around the state of Michigan, and just like I said, the community willing to help get my name out there. And I appreciate all the coaches that have done that for me. And Stager does a great job of, calling guys up who are asking about me and just getting my name out there. And that's my plan as of right now. Haven't decided what exact team or what exact league, but that's what the summer's for.
All right. Well, Carson, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and congrats on a great year, bud.
Oh, no, thank you, man. Have a good day.